Welcome back to the Python series. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to display or print a message in the output, how to create a variable and rules for creating a variable, how to take an input from the user, and then how to execute a Python file using Windows PowerShell and Windows command prompt. Let's start with the very first question, how to display or print a message on the output. To print or display a message on the output, there is a built-in function called print. And now, what is a function? A function is a group of related statements that perform a specific task. And then, why do we need a function? Let's take an example. We all know how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square roots, cube roots, and so on. Then, what is the reason behind the rise of calculators? It is because calculators have symbols like plus, minus, cross, division, which have a particular function. Let's say plus for addition, minus for subtraction, and so on. So we can use the function and can get the output with less effort and with saving our time. So we can use the calculator for repetitive tasks too. In the same way, functions also works. These are specified to the particular task and these can be reused. Functions are classified into two types. They are built-in functions and then user-defined functions. What are built-in functions? The functions whose functionality is predefined are called built-in functions. And then what are user-defined functions? The functions whose functionality is defined by user are called user-defined functions. The message should be written inside the parentheses and that too inside a single quote or double quotes. And if you want to write a passage or a paragraph, then it should be written inside a triple quotes. Let's see how it works. So let's run this. So here it works. What if we want to get output with a particular part highlighted? Let's see an example. Here I would like to have double quotes for Python. So let's place double quotes. As we already used double quotes here, so we have to use single quotes at the outer end. So let's run this. Why can't we use double quotes for both highlighting and outer ends? So let's try this. So let's run this. We got an error. Now what is an error? Error is a problem in program that program cannot recover from. The reason behind the error is that generally we use single quotes or double quotes to tell the interpreter that the message starts at this point and then ends at this point. Well, coming to this situation, the message starts at this point and then ends after 2, and then it starts at this point and then ends here. So here Python is not inside the quotes. Due to this reason, it raises an error. Let's see how to create a variable and rules for creating a variable. And now, what is a variable? Variable is used to store data, so simply variable is nothing but storage container. In other languages like C, the variable should be declared with particular data type like integer, float or character before using it. But that is not the case with Python. A variable is created by the moment we assign a value to it. Variables in Python are not fixed to a particular data type and can change the type after they had been set. So now let's create a variable. First clear all this. Creating a variable is very easy in Python. Just type the variable name and then assign the value. So here is our variable created. So now let's print this. Now let's run this. So here is our variable created. Now let's change the data type of a from integer to float. Now let's print it. Let's run this. So here we got two values. This first one is for this first print statement and 10.0 is for this second statement. Here are some of the rules for naming a variable. A variable name must start with a letter or an underscore character. A variable name should not start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric character and special character like underscore. A variable is case sensitive. That is, two variables with same name but differ in the case of letters, let's say one with uppercase letters and another with lowercase letters, are treated as two different variables. Variable name should not contain blank spaces. We can use underscore instead of blank space if needed. Variables can also store string data type values. And now, what is a string data type? String data type are nothing but sequence of characters like words or sentences. String data should be placed inside single quotes or double quotes, like as in print function. Keywords should not be used as variable names. And now, keywords are nothing but words that have predefined meaning. Here are some examples. Here are some of the points to be remembered. We can also create two different variables with same data. So when we create two different variables with same data, Python will not assign two different memory spaces. That is, Python treats that our same data with different names so that it will not waste memory. To check whether two variables contain same data, there is a built-in function called id. It returns the address of the memory where the data present in variables is stored. So that is, the address or id is same, then we can say that the two variables are same. So note that id function just returns the address but not prints the address. In order to print the address, we have to place id function inside the print function. As id is also a function, we are not supposed to use single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes inside print function. Let's see how to take an input from the user. For this, we have a built-in function called input. We can also ask the user for particular information by writing the message inside input, same as that of in print function. Let's create a Python program that takes the username and then prints the hello message. In order to take the input, we have to use the input function. So let's use the input function. Let's type a message. Enter your name. As we all know, input is used to return the value or data given by the user, but not to store the value. So in order to store the data, we have to use a variable. Let's create a variable here. So a variable has been created. And now let's print it. So how to place the username between hello and welcome here. To do this, let's close hello and then place a comma and then use the variable to be placed. Place a comma and then close welcome. So let's run this. So here it is asking the name. So let's enter the name. Enter. So here is our output. Let's see how to run a Python file using Windows PowerShell and Windows command prompt. Just right click on this and then copy, click on copy path. And then now open your PowerShell. Use the command cd space. You have to place the path inside double quotes or single quotes. Paste and then enter. The path has been changed from user go to the desired path. And now let's type Python and then space the file name code.py and then click on enter. So here it worked. Let's give the name eagle, enter. So it worked here. And let's see how to work on with command prompt. Open your command prompt, use the command cd space, copy paste the path and then enter. So here also the path has been directed to the PyCharm projects. Type Python and then the file name code.py and then enter. Give the name, enter. So this is how we can run our Python file using Windows command prompt on Windows PowerShell.